So first point is, if you remember channel probability matrix, which was Py given x. So if Py given x is given like this, where each column has only one non-zero element. You can see the first column has 3 by 4, second column has 1 by 4, third column has 1 by 3, fourth column has 2 by 3, and fifth column has 1. So each of the column has only one non-zero element. If you have this kind of channel probability matrix, then you will call that channel as lossless channel. This is kind of an extra point I wanted to add. So similarly, if you have channel probability matrix y, probability of y given x, in this way, where each of the row has only one non-zero element. See, first row has only 1, second row has 1, third row has 1, fourth row has 1, and fifth row has 1. So each row has only one non-zero element, and since the property of Py given x is the sum of elements of each row should be equal to 1. That is why the non-zero element can only have the value 1, because each row has to have all the elements sum equal to 1. That is why this value cannot be anything else. Because this is a channel probability matrix y given x. Each row has to have the sum of their elements equal to 1. That is why we can only have 1 here in this place, or any of them. Remember, if you have Px given y, then each column has to have the sum equal to 1. And if you have Px comma y, all the elements sum should be equal to 1. So here I have given Py given x, and each row has to be have one non-zero element, that is 1. Then you can call that channel as deterministic channel. Okay. And lastly, if channel matrix is given in this form, where it follows lossless as well as deterministic both properties, then you can call that channel as noiseless channel. You can see, means lossless means each column should have only one non-zero element, and deterministic means each row should have one non-zero element, and only one non-zero element is possible is 1. So you can see this matrix, each column has only one non-zero element, and each row has only one non-zero element, specifically 1. So it holds lossless plus deterministic property both. That is why this is called noiseless channel. Okay. Second, if you remember the source coding techniques, where we studied Shannon, Fano and Hoffman coding, there I told you the term about code efficiency, which is eta equal to h upon L, where h was entropy and L is average code length. So I want to tell you about redundancy here. So if you subtract efficiency from 1, you will get redundancy. So redundancy means how many bits are redundant in your code, means which are not required, and that you can represent by the redundancy. The more the value or the percent of y you have, the more will be redundancy. The lesser the percentage will be, the lesser will be the redundancy in your code. Redundant means not required bits or extra bits, like duplicate types which are not required. Okay. So let's see a scenario. I wanted to give this point error probability with repetition in binary symmetric channel. So see this scenario. Let's say you have a binary symmetric channel and you want to transmit a 0 bit. Okay. So instead of transmitting 1 0, you will transmit m number of zeros. Some sequence of zeros, m number of zeros you will transmit to tell the receiver that I am transmitting 0. And on the receiver side, when receiver will receive the sequence 000, it will understand that the transmitter has transmitted 0 bit when more than half of the bits in the sequence received is 0. So let's say you have transmitted m is your let's say 4 zeros you have transmitted, okay, just to tell the receiver that I am transmitting 0. Now when the receiver will receive, due to noise it can receive maybe some errors with the sequence with error, or it can receive the 4 zeros as well, like this, or maybe some of the bits are in error, or he received some like this. So you can see in the first case receiver will recognize that transmitter has transmitted 0 because more than half of the bits are 0. More than half means total is 4 and half is 2. So more than 2 bits are 0 here, you can see. So receiver will recognize that transmitter has transmitted 0. On the other case, if the receiver will receive this sequence, here also you can see it has transmitted equal or more than or equal, you should write, or equal number of zeros it can find, more than half or equal to half. Then in this case also receiver will recognize that transmitter has transmitted 0. On the other hand, in this case, since more than half of the bits are not 0, means in this case it will not be able to recognize that transmitter has transmitted 0. Rather it will think that transmitter has transmitted 1. So the sequence has to have more than or equal to half of the bits the bit transmitter is transmitting. Okay, so in this scenario what will happen? So on that scenario what will happen? You can write the probability of error that depends upon m number of sequence, m number of bits you are transmitting in sequence. It is given as summation I is equal to m plus 1 divided by 2 to MCI, where MCI is defined as m factorial divided by I factorial m minus I factorial, into p to the power I, where p is the probability of bit error, into 1 minus p to the power m minus I. This is the probability of error when you will transmit, instead of 1 bit you transmit m number of bits, and it happens only in binary symmetric channel. Okay, and this you can also apply for 1. If instead of 0 you are transmitting 1, you can transmit m number of ones, and similarly receiver will has to recognize whether the sequence have more than or equal to half of the bits transmitted. So it should have more than half or equal to half number of bits 1 in the received sequence. Then only it will recognize that 1 has been transmitted from transmitter side. We will see an example on this. So let's see an example on this. So you can see it is given. Consider a binary symmetric channel with probability of error p, small p, to transmit a bit, say 1. We transmit a sequence of 3 ones. The receiver will interpret received sequence to represent 1 if at least 2 bits are 1. The probability that transmitted bit will be received in error is. So by reading the question you can see that the sequence of 3 ones are transmitted, means m is equal to 3, and the receiver will interpret received sequence to represent 1 if at least 2 bits are 1. Means at least 2 bits are 1 means out of 3 it wants 2 to be 1 to be recognized as 1. So you can see more than half of the bits will be 1 out of 3, then only receiver will recognize it as 1. So you can apply the formula here. The probability of error m is your 3 is equals summation I is equal to 3 plus 1 4 divided by 2 is 2 and m is 3. 3ci p 1 minus p m minus 3 minus I. And I. Okay, so this will be the answer, probability of error. You put the value of I 2 and sum with, put the value of I 3 and you will get the answer. So I just wanted to give you a glimpse of how you can use the formula. Okay.